Fellow Toastmasters, visitors to the VIC, any other honoured guests? We have an honoured guest today who is a Toastmaster. It's the beauty of Toastmasters. We're a world family and we can visit everywhere and welcome people from everywhere. Today we have our club meeting, and the next meeting, this is a business section that I would like to announce that we will have the election for the executive committee. So anybody who is still interested in a position on the executive committee, please give your name and your notification of interest to myself or to Otto Schwerer. If you need the email address, you can actually find everybody and send an email via EasySpeak, which brings me to the next topic. So if anybody is interested in joining the next executive committee, which begins on the 1st of July for a 1 year, a 12-month period until the 30th of June 2016, please let us know. The elections will be at the next meeting on the 12th of May, and we do need a quorum. So please make sure, mark your calendar and come to the next meeting on the 12th of May. EasySpeak. Many of you, some of you, none of you before the notification went out, registered that you were coming to this meeting. We have regular meetings every 2 weeks, every second and fourth Tuesday of the month. So sometimes it's 3 weeks in between meetings. And all of the meetings until the end of this period, until the end of June, are already in EasySpeak. So please go in and let us know that you are coming. And if you know that you can't come, let us know that you can't come so that we can plan the meeting. This meeting was incredibly difficult to plan and organise because we had nobody coming, nobody speaking, nobody taking a role. And this is what we are experts at here at the VIC. We pulled together a wonderful meeting, impromptu, on the spot, by starting 5 minutes late and gathering everybody together to see what are we going to do, who's going to do what. And we'd like to get into a little bit more routine meeting atmosphere where we can plan ahead and plan our speeches and plan our table topics and our roles and our evaluations. My name is Lilly. I am the Vice President for Membership. Our President is currently on maternity leave. Our Vice President Education is indisposed at the moment, so I'm the next ranking officer and I'm chairing this meeting. But the next part goes over to the Toastmasters part of the meeting, and I'd like to welcome our Toastmaster of the day, our point of order, Sharif, and I wanted to mention that at the end, but now that you say there are no other guests, I'd like to just welcome Sharif.
I also feel that it's important to just know that we have to be happy, and there will always be circumstances that will try to pull us down. But if we have a peace within ourselves, we will be able to be okay. And that brings me to peace. We've been seeing on TV and we hear on the radio that there are fights, and you hear it from Africa and, you know, actually everywhere, and in Asia and even here in Europe. All that I would like to say is that I think you can be happy if you first have peace within yourself and the people who are around you. And therefore it is easier to always point fingers that some people are not that good to keep peace, whereas we might have friends that we are even fighting with and we don't try our best to keep that peace with them. So that brings me to my second question. There may be times that are hard, where we will have a lot of stress, and then it is important to do something to bring us down so that we'll feel okay. So Toastcaster Lilly, what gives you your peace of mind when times are tough and very stressful?
Fellow Toastmasters, honoured guests, thank you, Madam Table Topics Master. The whole topic of peace for me is fascinating. I organised a conference once called Interdisciplinary Approaches to Peace, and the approach and the structure of that conference was dealing with the Confucianist philosophy that peace starts within the individual, and when you have individuals of peace, then they can have peace in the family, and when you have families of peace, then you can have peace in the society, and when you have societies at peace with each other, then you can have peace in the nation, and a peaceful world will be a world full of peaceful nations. But it still all boils down to, where do I find my inner peace? And I believe that the first peace that I need to find is the peace between my own mind and body, or my spirit and body. And I know that I am loved, that I'm here for a reason, that I have a mission, that I have something to contribute. Sometimes I have, as Gillian described, a negative day where the steps keep going down, down, down. And I need to find those positive impulses, the places where I get positive influences. So sometimes it's meditation, going out into the garden, reflecting on my past, looking at the faces of my children or my husband, looking at the blue sky, hearing the birds, praying. This inner peace sometimes just requires a few moments of reflection and listening inside. And then realizing that I am not here for my own sake, but actually often the lack of peace comes from the self-centeredness of trying to take and get what I need, when actually the biggest joy and peace comes from giving and looking outwards of what I can give to others and how I can serve others. Madam President.
To sum it up, I thought of this is something that Toastmaster Chen Shan said, and he said we need to have perseverance, and it starts in small steps. That was exactly what she said, that it starts in the family. If we have peace within ourselves, we can have it within the family, and then with friends, and then it goes out. So that was really important.
Good afternoon, Toastmasters. And Lillian persevered to take forth.
Enoch, you were very perseverance. You wanted to give the number of the goals. Really, am I allowed to give you this excellent bookmark? So,
fellow Toastmasters, honoured guests, we have fulfilled our purpose. Our motto is learning by doing, and certainly by persevering and coming and trying and even repeating the same things over and over again, we can learn so much. But the biggest way to learn is to stand here and to just do it. And I recognise that with our Turbo Speechcraft course, we haven't had that many regular meetings where we even recognise what is the standard procedure in Toastmasters. And I already mentioned the issue of Easy Speak, registering for the meeting to prepare, to help everybody else prepare, is also very fair, a very constructive contribution to make towards the meeting. So I encourage you all to do that. Claire, would you like to say something?
Yes, point of order, Madam Chairperson. I just wanted to say that...
On that note, may I also point out that for the Table Topics Master, you should also target the speeches that you ask the participants to make to the people who have no role in the meeting. So usually we exclude the guests, but we do try to give everybody a chance to speak at the meeting. So therefore, even asking people who had already spoken or had a role in the meeting was a little bit superfluous when there are other people who haven't had an opportunity to speak. So Turkan came in especially into the meeting today. So I'll treat her as a guest today and ask her to give feedback so that she can say something to us today. And also our visitor from India is a guest and could also have been asked to give a table topic to speak. But that opportunity is not lost, because I will now ask our guests to give us some feedback on the meeting, and then I have a couple more points that I want to make. Turkan, would you like to say something? Esther, last time you left early and you won the table topic. So may I please hand over the table topic in retrospect.
Point of order, Madam Chairperson, if I may
Well, that's exactly what President Suresh did. He sent me an email to say that he's in the VIC and he'd like to attend our meeting. So thank you so much for contributing in that way. I'd like to also point out that we have, I don't know how many of you have, apart from your speech crafters manual, have looked at your competent communicator and competent leadership manual. Read the assignments here, because Monica, for example, today, as the Toastmaster of the day, completed a project in one of the assignments for Project 4 in the Competent Leadership Manual. But to qualify for the projects in the Leadership Manual, just like in the Communication Manual, you need an evaluator. Somebody has to know that you're going to do that role in the meeting, and you get the evaluation. This is on the Easy Speak, but it's also here, and you need to have the signatures, and you need to get somebody to evaluate you for each of those roles. So have a look at your manuals, please, and ask somebody to evaluate you. Sign up on Easy Speak and get somebody to evaluate you so that you can progress through your competent communicator and competent leadership manual. And another role that is not in Easy Speak or in the manuals, well, actually we have it on Easy Speak, is the video camera. Claire has taken over that role today, and it's a learning by doing, like everything else. So remember, I have posted the links to the films that we've been making since we started filming in our club on Easy Speak on the particular dates of that meeting, so you can look up any of the meetings that we've had once you're a member of our club. Now we have reached our limit and overtime, but we persevered to the end. I thank you all so much for contributing, for making this meeting happen. Congratulations to every single one of you. It's been a great meeting, and now I declare the meeting.